ஆயுர்வேதம் ஒரு பொக்கிஷம் நம் ஆயுள் நீட்டக்கும் அற்புதம். டாக்டர் ஸ்ரீவர்மாஸ்.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming. It's terrific. It's great to be back in India for the AI Impact Summit. Whenever I return to India, I'm struck by the extraordinary pace of progress. Since my childhood growing up in Chennai, India has undergone an incredible transformation. We are coming with a very clear message. I believe India is going to have an extraordinary trajectory with AI, and we want to be a partner. AI is the biggest platform shift of our lifetimes, and one of the most powerful tools to solve problems and improve lives at planetary scale. Whether it's making diseases more detectable and treatable, communities more resilient, or learning more accessible. For countries like India, AI presents a chance to leapfrog age-old gaps and create new opportunities. These also happen to be the places where we see the greatest adoption and optimism for AI technologies, which I don't think is a coincidence. Google has been investing in AI for more than a decade because we see it as the most important way to advance our mission. That starts with reimagining the products people use every day. For example, AI is changing the way people use Google search. AI Overviews is one of the most successful launches in search in the past decade. And AI mode is now available across 35 new languages and 200 countries and territories. Indian users are among the highest global adopters of voice and visual search. In the coming weeks, you'll see an enhanced model that powers Search Live, our real-time voice and camera tool, so more people can search what they see in their own language. AI is also helping to create net new experiences that are truly helpful. The Gemini app, our personal AI assistant, is growing rapidly across the world, and India is among our largest markets. It's available in 10 languages spoken in India. Underlying this progress is our world-class infrastructure. Last year, we announced a $15 billion AI hub in Vizag. This hub will house gigawatt-scale compute and a new international subsea cable gateway. When finished, it will bring jobs and the benefits of cutting-edge AI to people and businesses across India. Building on this, today we are announcing the India-America Connect initiative, which will deliver new subsea cable routes to increase AI connectivity between the US, India, and multiple locations across the Southern Hemisphere. To take advantage of the opportunities this infrastructure creates, we must also invest in people and skilling, which is why we are announcing some of our most ambitious skilling programs yet. This includes a new Google AI professional certificate program to help people master AI in their work. In India, we are partnering with Vadvani AI to reach students and early career professionals. Globally, we'll partner with governments, educational institutions, employers, and nonprofits. It'll be available in English and Hindi with more Indian languages to follow. To deliver this impact at scale, transformation needs to happen in all sectors. According to the 2025 Government AI Readiness Index, India is in the top tier of nations for public sector adoption, driven by its world-leading digital public infrastructure. I'm pleased to share our new landmark partnership with Karmayogi Bharat to accelerate a future-ready civil service. Google Cloud will provide the secure infrastructure for a platform supporting more than 20 million public servants across 800 districts and in 18 Indian languages. AI is fundamentally shifting the pace of discovery, and I'm excited to see how we can continue accelerating science for real-world impact. From advancing quantum computing to predicting extreme weather, AI is giving us the tools to understand the universe in deeper ways and solve hard problems in science. With this potential in mind, today we are announcing a new $30 million Google.org AI for Science Impact Challenge to support researchers globally using AI to drive the next generation of scientific breakthroughs. AI has the biggest impact on people's lives when it's developed and deployed with the institutions who know these communities best. That's why we work with multiple Indian government bodies and local institutions such as IIT Madras. And today we are excited to announce a partnership between Google DeepMind and the Indian government as part of the Global National Partnerships Program. This will broaden access to frontier AI capabilities for national priorities. Demis will share more later on. We're also partnering with Atal Tinkering Labs to bring Gen AI assistance to over 10,000 Indian schools and 11 million students with a focus on robotics and coding in the classroom. Google has a full stack commitment to India, and I've never been more excited about the future we are building together. Thank you again for coming and for your interest in Google, and look forward to discussing more. Now I would like to invite Debjani, Demis, and James to join me on the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sundar, Demis, James, sitting with the three of you, it feels like it's AI nirvana. It's the three gods of AI are here. It's fantastic. And, you've come to India at a time when the AI fever has just taken over the entire country. And as you go into the India AI Summit, what is the one expectation that you have? I'll start with the lightning round first. So, Sundar, I'll start with you.
Yeah, maybe I'll say, look, it's a transformational moment. I'm a bit nostalgic, reflecting on maybe a decade ago, coming to India and seeing the digital India transition and the similar excitement there. And it's been phenomenal to actually see a decade of progress. So in some ways, this feels like the beginning of a decade-long shift with AI. So transformational.
Well, I've just come from Bangalore, actually, and giving a talk at the IISc, and I was really impressed with the grad students there, the energy. We had a big lecture, I think 700 students, and the amount of enthusiasm and energy for AI and excitement about the opportunities that will bring was really interesting to see. So I think I can feel that with all around the summit, really, and it's exciting to see that.
You're good at thinking exponential, right? Now think 700 exponential. You're going to see like 50,000 people crazy about AI in one place. So that's what you're going to see. James?
I think it's an extraordinary moment for India and for the Global South to showcase a couple of things. First, that it's actually quite possible to drive adoption and lead. And also it's quite possible to build and innovate in AI. I think all too often we think of these things as not happening in the Global South. I think it's an incredible moment to showcase that.
Yeah, fantastic. Sundar, I'm going to start with you, since my job is about trying to figure out the future. So I'm going to ask you to futurecast a little bit about India. When you think, let's think 5 years from now, right? What will AI success look like for India? Are we going to be the largest user base? Are we going to be builders? Are we going to be rule shapers? And if I may add to that, what is the one thing we have to do now to achieve that, whatever the goal is that we set for ourselves, that you think we should set for ourselves?
Look, I travel to many countries around the world, and I do think India is uniquely positioned in this moment. I think it has a chance to play a big role in all three. I think of Google as a full stack company, and I think India, obviously is going to be a full stack player in AI. I think what's important to be in a position to do that, and I think that's what this AI Summit is about, you have to make sure you're investing in all the foundational things you need, in the research, in knowledge in the institutions you have here, the government playing a role in diffusing AI across the country and the economy and making sure it's reaching people. That means you're adopting it in all the sectors and in a way that the progress is touching the average person on a day-to-day basis. Be it a farmer, be it a student, be it a doctor in the healthcare sectors, etc. And I think the foundation is being laid, and I can see it. You've seen the announcements this week in terms of infrastructure investments alone. So I think that puts India in a good position to get there. But I would say the progress is about diffusing the technology. And I think India can play a role in all three categories.
So transforming the lives of the last woman in the food chain. That's what success should look like, right?
That's absolutely correct.
Okay, wonderful. Demis, I'll come to you next. A big fan of the work you do. And, one of the fascinating things about AlphaFold, it's not just what it does, but how many researchers, how many scientists it has enabled to actually go out there and, discover things that we couldn't even think of discovering a few years earlier, right? For me, that's what's really fascinating. So when you think about, and there's so many problems you can solve, but when you think about India, if we have to make one or two strategic bets, right? What should those be, where we really go in with deep investments, commitment, and
the fundamental level? I think we're talking about a technology here which will allow you to create new things at some incredibly fast trajectory. So I think it's a bit tough to fully envision today, other than we know it's going to happen in a pretty profound way. So, but on a practical basis, I expect on a day-to-day basis, people's lives to be significantly enhanced with it across everything they touch.
Yeah. Very last question to you, Sundar. We are known for our talent, young talent, and then our young talent, and we are very proud of people like you who go out and, do such fantastic work. But what has to change in India so that the next Sundar, or Sundar 2.0, stays here and builds the world's most magical AI company in India?
Look, I think, it's already changed. When I look at, India has been producing extraordinary companies, right? When you look at companies like Flipkart, Oyo, etc. These are all companies homegrown here, and they're doing really, really well. The developer energy I find in India every time I travel. You were in Bangalore recently, and, it's bar none, second to none. The entrepreneurship ecosystem here is thriving. Even recently the work Sarvam has done, developing local AI models. So I think what you're talking about is actually happening. And, I just don't see any impediments to that. And I think India is very, very well positioned.
Well, on that note, thank you very much to all three of you. And if I could please request Preeti and Sanjay Gupta, President Google APAC, to please join us.